Hi, my name is David Lane, and here is my persuasive speech. Taking out dirty and overflowing trash that is spraying liquid and dripping liquid all over you, dealing with mean customers who may be spitting and yelling in your face even though you just met them a moment ago, and dealing with lazy coworkers that don't pull their fair share of the work, so then it causes you to stay overtime and deal with it. Now, these are experiences that I think everyone should deal with. Now, you may be wondering why. These sound like awful. These sound like they would ruin someone's day. And although that may be true, I feel like these all come in our experience in a minimum wage job. Working under these conditions in a minimum wage job can have a great impact on someone. And I believe that it can cause someone to come out of that job into a more professional job better than if their first job was a more professional job. Now, I have worked these jobs before. I've worked 2 starter and minimum wage jobs, such as I was a sales associate at Mike's Car Wash, which is a car wash chain where I had to deal with customers, money, and tasks. And then I also worked at a kitchen where, although it didn't necessarily deal with customers one-on-one, I did have to deal with a lot more co-workers and a lot more tasks to fulfill. I believe that everyone should work a minimum wage or a starter job, one of those lower jobs that you can just jump into. I feel like that these jobs, although you may be dealt with hard tasks and not treated always correctly, I feel like it really helps your social skills, your personal development, and your work ethic. I believe that many people these days have gotten lazy. They have a lack of work skills and work ethic that they just don't always know how to use once they get to a bigger job. I believe that also people lack social skills. They don't know how to deal with conflict all the time, and they don't know how to always help a problem one-on-one. I believe that these all have occurred. Some examples are that people will leave their trash on the ground. They'll litter, they'll throw the trash when the trash can's right there, thinking that it's not their problem. And although it may not be their problem, it is someone else's job to clean that up. And it's not even necessarily their job to clean it up. Their job is to take out the trash, not clean the ground because you want to throw trash on it. I feel like people also have thought that, oh, if I don't do this task at their bigger job, at their adult job, then like it's not my problem. And although it may not be their problem, I don't think people realize that it causes an impact that creates people to have to stay late, maybe miss time with their family, do late nights at the office, and just cause them to work more than they need to because you chose to be lazy. I feel like all these tasks has come up in the recent days, and I feel like that creating an urge to the next generation to work these lower jobs, these starter jobs, even though they may not be fun, they're very impactful. I feel like this can help create important skills that we may not have all learned. These days, a lot of people will have their first job be the one after college or during college, when it's a more professional field, and I feel like they aren't always coming in prepared. People should urge next generation, our friends who may be younger than us, to work these jobs when they're younger, to gain those experiences, all while earning some money that they could either use for some spending money or towards college, or really just save up for the future. I feel like creating a culture where this isn't necessarily mandatory but strongly urged will create a new generation that works harder and just overall is more effective in their work. Now, how does this solve the problem? I feel like it just helps people learn, and learning and creating these skills are important. Workethic.com wrote an article in 2020 saying that people who tend to have worked these lower jobs tend to be cleaner both in their house and in their environments at work and transportation. There was another article wrote in 2018 that said people who tend to work these lower jobs also tend to have a better work ethic and be promoted quicker when they're older. Another article written in 2023 talks about how people who have worked a minimum wage job tend to have better financial skills and know how to save money. Making and urging these people to do these solves a lot of problems that I have previously stated. Working a minimum wage job is very important. Now, I challenge you to think about the skills you have in your current job or jobs, or maybe just in your school day. Now, have you learned some of these skills and how to use them because of your job when you were younger, such as time management? Maybe you are able to time manage your homework better and realize that you got to do this first before you relax. Maybe you learned that from your job when you were younger. Maybe your cleaning skills. I know personally for me, I see my friends who have worked a job based on cleaning, their rooms here at college be cleaner, their cars be cleaner, instead of just trash building up and them all having to deal with it once it builds up so bad. I believe that this can create a very impactful change if a lot more people work these minimum wage jobs. I feel like the impact is bigger than we know. I feel like a lot of people can learn skills that maybe our generation have lacked. I believe that creating a generation that urges towards these minimum wage jobs help their financial skills, helps their personal development, help them learn what they like to do, help them learn what they dislike, help them learn just who they are as a person. It helps their work skills. It helps them learn how to clean, how to work hard, and how to time management. It also teaches them just how to be a good person, how to be socially aware, how to deal with difficult people in a very professional manner. I feel like this can all these skills can help straighten up a town, straighten up a city, and even straighten up a country. I feel like that is very impactful.